Hey guys, Patty here, back with some more tips and flips. Today I want to talk to you guys about financing. In the book, if you already got in the book, you'll notice that I don't go too much into detail about financing, only because I wanted to take the time to make that a subject on its own. Okay, so there's three types of financing that I found while I was trying to find my deals, and one of them was, a traditional investor loan, private lending, and lastly, hard money loans. I'm going to talk to you about hard money loans because it's what I used and it has worked perfect for me. Hard money loans are approved based on the property rather than your credit. So that gives you some leeway as to how much you can borrow and all of that good stuff. The way that these loans work is you found your property, you've visited your property with your contractor, and you had an idea of what it is that needs to be done on the property. Okay, so with that information in mind, you're going to hand that information over to your lender, and we're going to review your deal. Okay, you're going to want to have an idea of the after repair value of your property before you start your application process, and this is why. The lender is going to lend you based on the after repair value of your property. What this means is you need to know what the going rate in the market is for a property like the one you're looking at after it has been repaired. Okay, for purposes of just examples, I created a sample flip in the book. So if you guys have your book already, go ahead and open it up, or if not, then go ahead and take notes, and then after this, go get that book. The purchase price for this property was $70,000. After the contractor worked through it, it was determined that we're going to need $30,000 to fix the property. That's a total of $100,000 investment. Do I have to go out, come into my pocket and pull out $100,000? No. What the lender is going to do is they're going to send an appraiser out to the property based on the scope of work that you give them. So it's very important that you are very, very detailed as to what exactly you will be doing to the property. Okay, not everybody's going to see your vision the way you see it, so you want to put it down on paper so that they understand exactly what is going to be happening and how you're adding value to the property that you want them to invest in with you. Okay, so you want to write down everything in your scope of work sheet, because the lender is going to hand this sheet to the appraiser so that the appraiser also has an idea of what's going to be done to the property and they can establish value. Okay, so let's just say that the appraiser came out with this little sheet that you gave them. Try to be there for that appointment also. I find that when I am there, even though they have that sheet, I'm able to kind of just walk the property with them and show them I'm going to do this here and blah, blah, whatever it is. Anyway, so now we've established that the property is worth about $160,000. Okay, so that's going to be our sales price. The lender is going to lend you up to 70%. Some of them do a little bit more, but for right now, we're using 70% of the $160,000. Okay, so that's going to be $100,000 loan amount. That includes your acquisition price and your rehab budget. Okay, but keep in mind that the lender is going to require you to have some skin in the game, so they're going to want a down payment. The particular lender that I work with requires 10% down. Okay, 10% of that $70,000 sales price. So you're going to need about $7,000 just for your down payment. There's also closing costs associated with the purchase of the property, so you're going to need another $4,000 to $5,000. Okay, so you've put up your $11,000, and now you're left with a loan of $63,000 for the purchase, plus $30,000 for that renovation. So that puts us right at $93,000. Right? It's always a good idea to have about 10% more of your renovation budget set aside for incidentals. Water heater that you weren't counting on, a burst pipe that you weren't counting on, toilet that you didn't think you were going to have to replace, things like that. So I would recommend maxing out the LTV, or the loan to value, that the lender allows you to do. So yes, the 63 plus the 30,000, 63 is what's left over after you put your down payment for that purchase price, and then the 30,000 of the reno. That gives you 93,000. I will go ahead and add that 7,000 and make it 100,000, so that you have some room to work with in case there's, or maybe you decided to buy some expensive chandelier, etc., etc. So once you have this done, it's when you get to start your work. Remember, no lender is gonna just give you money based on your opinion of price. So be very, very careful as to when you are trying to find your properties. Have your agent do a CMA, a comparative market analysis, to see what price range the houses that are similar to yours are selling in your area, how long they are staying on the market, what has been done to those properties. You don't have to visit every single property, but from the listings you can see what was in them. Did they have granite? Did they have formica? What was it that was put in those properties that gave it the value that they had? That's important. Remember, your scope of work needs to be as detailed as possible. You want to be able to let your lender know or paint a picture of your vision as clear as possible, and it's all in the details. If you are like me and you go nuts and you start designing things and you have 3D models of what you're gonna do, include that too. It will never hurt to have all that information in front of them so that they know exactly what you're doing. It will not hurt to hand those to your appraiser so the appraiser knows exactly what you're doing and is able to give you the best value possible. Once again, all of this information is in the book. So if you haven't gotten it, go get it. And if you already got it, I'll be doing some updates to the book. So if you already got the book, go ahead and email me and I will send you the updated copy once it's done. In the meantime, that's all I have for you guys today. Have a blessed day.